The original Disney hit film Enchanted hit theaters back in 2007, and while there have been rumblings of a possible sequel for years, no discernible movement has ever taken place. However, according to our own Collider.com, there may actually be legitimate life in those plans. According to the new report, Disney is now moving forward with the sequel, which has the working title of Disenchanted. The proposal, hot pursuit, and the guilt trip director Anne Fletcher is attached to helm the film, with no official word yet on who, if anyone, from the original cast will return. The original film starred Amy Adams, James Marsden, Patrick Dempsey, and Susan Sarandon, and made over $340 million at the box office. Mark, buy or sell that we'll actually see an Enchanted sequel?
I buy everything about this. I would totally sell the fact that the hot pursuit director is doing it, but other than that, yeah, this makes so much sense. I've never seen Enchanted. Gasp. People love this movie. They celebrate this movie. For whatever reason, they get swept up in a world of imagination with this thing. They can't stop talking about it. So I'm surprised we haven't seen a sequel yet. We're definitely going to see one soon.
Yeah, Enchanted was for me one of those movies that I was not expecting anything out of whatsoever, and went, wow, that was entertaining, and Amy Adams can sing and all this kind of stuff. Patrick Dempsey, by the way, I'll always keep saying this, was my #1 choice to play Doctor Strange, actually. And since he got killed off of that, whatever that TV show he's in, spoiler alert, then his schedule's kind of wide open. James Marsden is not doing nearly as much as he should be doing, because that dude's a phenomenal actor. So yeah, I'm all for this. I believe we're going to see at least a good number of the original cast back, and I love the title. Disenchanted. Disenfranchised is going. Anne Fletcher is interesting. She directed The Proposal, which I thought was hilarious. I love that movie. I thought the story was well told, beautifully paced, great humor in it. Betty White is fantastic, of course. And then The Guilt Trip. And then Hot Pursuit.
So good.
Oh, wait, good.
No. Sorry, I was looking for the word terrible.
Yeah, so that kind of has me a little bit concerned. Like, which Fletcher are we going to get? Are we going to get the Proposal one, or are we going to get the Guilt Trip one? I mean,
I'm blaming Anne Fletcher for Hot Pursuit. There's a lot of problems with that movie, the least of which I think might be the person behind the camera. That movie was terrible. It was a doomed project from the start for me. But The Proposal is what I'll go into this movie thinking.
Schnepp?
I'm disinterested in this sequel. I like Mark did not see Enchanted, just wasn't calling to me when it was out there.
Oh, we should do it together.
Yeah, let's see it together, man. But wear that pink shirt. It's a date. We'll see it together. And then we'll talk about our feelings about the sequel, Disenchanted. Yeah, so I sell it.
I buy it, and I think that, well, I buy it because the first one, like you guys said, was a surprise. But the reason I buy it for the most is because Disney is really paying attention to live action fairy tales. And even though this doesn't come from a classic animation, it does come from a property that
and one of their homegrown properties too that they developed themselves.
And what they did was they spoofed their own movies in a respectful way. In the way that, I mean, Amy Adams really put together. I mean, you believe she was straight out of an animation from the 50s. She was great. Fletcher does make me nervous, though, because she didn't direct the first one. And I do blame her for Hot Pursuit. I blame anyone involved in Hot Pursuit. And I also blame the fact that, not blame, but the first movie, Hot Pursuit, had a lot to do with the directing. It's about a visual style, about making you believe that animation goes into this live action. It's almost like a Roger Rabbit type thing in a certain way, not to the extent, but you've got to believe it. And I think the director had a lot to do. Performances in the musical numbers were great, but those musical numbers were directed, I don't believe, by Fletcher. So that might hurt. But as far as buying, I do buy it's going to happen.